Welcome to PKR TV, the show that brings you all the action from the tables of PKR.com, the future of online poker. On this week's show, action from the 25-cent, 50-cent cash game TV back in January. Modest stakes, but trust me, maniacal action. Joining me in the commentary booth is Team PKR Pro, Scott Shelley.
Action from the 17th of January and some familiar faces on show. Not least Locke Lamora, who is a PKR forum moderator, and is he a professional player, semi-professional player?
I believe so.
I believe so also. Well, will it be borne out by the stylish quality of his play? Let's find out. These games are often a little looser than your average game online, so don't imagine it's always going to be this way. Lock opens from the button.
Imagine he's going to get some action here, yeah.
Welcome to the game. Is there any argument to 4-bet here? No, he decides to peel one off with position.
I think I prefer, I mean, I'm not a cash game expert, but I think I prefer a 4-bet there. Just because it's not, it's not a sort of hand that flops too well.
Or a fold.
Yeah, or a fold, for sure.
Let's have the turn card.
Well, Locke gets there after being given a free card. Ace-Queen should have C-bet the flop.
Yeah, I'd like a C-bet, definitely. It's a sort of board that it's not going to hit Locke too often.
And here's the river.
And, well, after checking the flop, he calls the turn and, well, gets there. Tough spot for Locke.
Yeah, I like that he's led out here because a lot of the time Locke's going to be checking back that sort of river card, so he's going to miss out on value. Locke here, I'd imagine he's going to lay it down. I mean, there's so many aces in Tommy's hand.
He has to assume that a lot of the aces will have floated him on the turn, I suppose.
Yeah, there's not too many hands that he's free betting with and then calling the turn that don't contain an ace or a pair.
Yeah, pocket nines, I suppose, could be one, but then pocket nines wouldn't lead the river.
Yeah, they wouldn't lead the river for
yeah,
sure.
Strange one there. Flush got there, but I don't think either player played it like they had the flush. You would have expected to see some action on the flop.
Yeah, you would have expected a C-bet for sure if you flop a draw after free betting.
So Locke loses the maximum with King 7. I think it's probably fair to say. But I like that he's out there.
Yeah, he's
giving some action and getting some action.
He's getting his feet wet.
All right. Dana O makes it 3x with King Queen.
Big hand here for Durrrr sucks.
Yeah, talented Swede.
Fold.
3 bets from the 2-seat.
Yay.
Tricky spot for Ace Jack. Not usually,
Fold.
I suppose, but at this table maybe. But
Fold.
makes
Fold.
the right fold.
I fold.
Tens makes the overcall.
I fold.
Not too. Don't mind that.
Okay.
I mean, I wasn't noticing how deep they were, but in a cash game you're usually pretty deep, so it's not too often you're going to be putting in a raise there.
Yeah, pretty safe flop for Durrrr sucks. He has the overpair and the flush draw.
Yeah, it always helps to have the Queen of Hearts just in case.
I'm going to call.
Here's the turn.
Well, tens is looking for a safe card, and it doesn't get safer than that.
It's pretty much the safest card in the deck.
It's a bad card. I mean, a better card for the tens would have been, Ace of Hearts, and they could get away.
Yeah, for sure. or an offsuit 10.
Well, an offsuit 10, yeah.
Fold.
Wow, it makes a disciplined laydown after calling 2 streets.
Yeah, that's right. Pretty quick pass there. And Durrrr sucks too. Just happy to just he's on 3 streets of value mode.
Be quite interesting to know the thought process behind the 10s there, because I don't put I mean the 1 card straight come on the river, but I don't put a 4 in Durrr's hand very often.
Yeah, I could see players either getting more in on the turn there.
Yeah. I mean, once they call the turn, the river's sort of kind of irrelevant. I mean, the hands that Durrr's rep in there are not going to be changed by that river card.
The read that you make on the turn is still going to be roughly the same on the river. All right, what do we got here? Durrr sucks in action again. 4x with the ace-jack.
I fold.
Bit of set mining here from Tommy.
Yeah, nice spot to find a pair on the bun.
Here comes.
Oh, even nicer spot now, the gin flop for them.
Well, it's not that fascinating, but I always like to see a cooler. just because it's not me on the wrong end of it.
Would you prefer the ace-jack 5?
Yeah.
And here's the turn card.
Check.
Well, immediately we can see Durrr sucks is not in going broke mode.
Yeah. I mean, when they raise the flop, there's not many... oh, wow.
Yeah, wow, that was somewhat of a surprise.
The river.
Check.
He check raises the turn and then check calls, presumably. Let's wait and see. Big bet here. Yeah, it's pot.
I mean, if they fold here, I think that... Oh, he's called. I had a feeling that Durrr sucks might have put them on a queen 10 sort of hand.
Right.
And I was expecting them to fold the river.
I mean, if you look at it from the pocket five's point of view, he's raised the flop.
Yeah.
Which,
when he raises the flop, he's always got either a very strong hand or a drawing hand.
Right.
Okay,
I mean, I don't think he's raising king jack there, or worse,
air,
or worse.
Yeah,
king jack or worse. I mean, he might raise air. He might raise like a gut shot sort of hand.
But you can't assume that people are doing that until you know that they're doing it.
Yeah. And like when the 10-10 rolls out, there's definitely a chance they have queen 10 in their hand on that sort of flop, being the nut draw on that board.
Yeah, the ace-jack there, kind of an unusual line. Understand we were expecting, having been raised on the flop, to go into check call mode, or maybe check fold mode at some stage. But no, it was check raise the turn and then check call big pot bet on the river. Strange. Onwards we go. Dana from Spain makes it.
I think I'll raise.
2 with the jack 10. Call from Rockin. Welcome to the table, PKR Hall of Famer.
Fold.
Rockin loves to peel a flop and try and outplay his opponent with or without position, but here we can see he's in position.
Call.
Off they go to the flop. Oh, little bit of action here maybe.
Bet.
Snap bet from Astra.
Why do I feel that there's going to be an ace on the turn?
Or the 9 of diamonds.
Foreboding. Oh,
9 of diamonds would have been pretty sick.
Yeah, it would. So this hand's still at its most interesting. It has the most potential because they've both got nothing. Ooh, time for... Bet sizing is such that Rockin could move in here. Do you not think it could make life very difficult for his opponent?
Yeah, I
we
mean,
can see, obviously, that it would make life
there
very
you go.
difficult. Perfect, it left him with 75, just the right amount. In fact, it was the perfect amount for his opponent to get away from, unfortunately. How could the ace-king have kind of not put himself in that spot?
It's a tough one.
Giving up is never a great... You don't want to be seen to be giving up.
I think I prefer betting the turn than checking to fold.
Right.
I mean, a lot of the times that you're going to get hands, even like king, queen to fold, maybe a less experienced player other than Rockin, like, will think, okay, I've got a draw here, let's let it go. Rockin's obviously thinking that level above, trying how I'm going to win the pot without showdown. So it might have got through on another day.
Is there a chance that the James 666 school of smaller bet and smaller raise sizing means that you don't have to bet 25 there? If you bet smaller, your opponent's going to be less inclined to have to move 100 in the middle because it's a big overshove. Too much of an overshove.
Yeah, no, you're right, definitely.
So I'm learning something from James. And we should say our dearly departed friend as well.
Oh, yes.
He's still alive, but he's just he's dead to us. Dead to us.
No, it's very sad news.
Yeah, no longer a part of the PKR TV team. Team PKR Pro. James leaves at the end of the month. He has been an amazing ambassador for
Mr. PKR.
Yeah. But I'm sure he'll come and guest once or twice in the future when he comes back with a sickening tan.
You should do like a satellite live link.
Satalive, I like. It's like there's a new word coming into poker parlance. Satalive.
Yeah, we get James straight from Costa Rica commentating on the cash game.
Yeah, mate. The uplink. Let's get him in. Right, Locke Lamora finds himself with a seemingly innocuous flop here. be looking for some value from Rockin in particular.
Yeah, I can see Rockin at least peeling one here.
I call
Let's
for
have
hold.
the
Yeah,
turn
although
card.
he's out of position and there is an overcard, he's certainly going to stick around longer than your average bear.
Average bear.
Yeah. Maybe, don't you remember Yogi?
Yeah,
No, you don't.
I do remember.
You're a
Boo Boo.
child. You were
Yogi and
probably
Boo
born.
Boo.
You were probably born in the 1990s or something.
Oh my! I'm not that young. I'm just not a pensioner
It's your
like
fresh
you.
face, mate. You've had a shave. Pensioner. That is it. that is
That
it.
hit a spot. Grey hairs coming
All right,
through.
well, Rockin
Here's the
develops the open ender, which I guess allows him to stick around a little bit longer than he might have done. Or do you think if it was a black 2, he still would have check called there? I mean, we've seen Lamora already play a little looser than orthodox.
I mean, it's a tricky spot on the turn for Rockin. I mean, I think I elect to fold a lot of the time there just because I don't like to face a. It's the bet on the river that I'm worried about more. I mean, here it goes, check, check.
Yeah.
But when Lock bets the turn there, to me, he's either got stronger holdings or something that I'm not in great shape against anyway. I might be flipping against.
And do you think when
New
Locke
hand.
checks and sees his opponent's pair, and given who his opponent is, do you think Locke feels like he missed out on some value, or do you think he's fine how he played it?
I think in the long run he's fine how he played it, but I think when he sees his hand, he'll think he'll be able to get a bit more value there.
Do you think there's also a sense that something horrible can happen against a player like Rockin, in that you could bet the river and get shoved on and absolutely hate your life?
I mean, Locke's fully aware of what sort of player Rockin is, so he knows that he's not going to be playing a standard game.
And he could have a wide range, wider than pocket 5.
And he's going to try. He's going to try things adventurous and
Right.
and try to confuse you. Really.
So it's kind of better to err on the side of locking up the value you've already got, rather than to be greedy and risk getting your fingers burnt.
in my opinion, it is. I'm sure Bane or someone will tell you that
You have to go after max value all
You've
the
got to
time.
be thin value betting every hand. Like,
All right. Well, cooler time, but very nicely, Cabota Joe. He disguises the strength of his monster.
you can imagine he's looking to check raise this board.
Well, there's 30 in. The pot's already getting fairly big. He's only got 100 behind. I mean, kind of irrelevant now, isn't it, really?
Yeah, I can't see it going anywhere else but them getting in on the flop.
Yeah. And, of course, now that he's disguised it, in any event, the Queen's is actually going to feel...
Yeah, well,
not slow roll, but the same feeling you get when you're slow roll.
You're like, oh.
It's going to be like, yeah, I'm definitely ahead. This guy's... Wow, so the King's is playing it super snug.
Yeah.
There's no reason... I guess, in a way, there's... You know, you want to include all of your opponent's bluffs.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, he's just...
He's just really making sure that he gets paid.
Exactly.
Wow.
I mean, we can... Oh, wow. Check,
But now he doesn't get paid. And the problem is now he's got 83 left. He's not going to get full value. And he's going to feel horrific.
The board's quite ugly looking.
Well, it doesn't look that ugly to me. There are only a few straights and I don't really see any 2 pairs getting there. Now he's moved. I mean, the Queen's...
I guess he's trying to rep a busted flush draw. Or,
Yeah, I could... You know what? In the end... The same result happened, but I never would have expected it to go down that way. I mean, you're going to get paid a lot more. I mean, I know Bane certainly prefers to play out a bit more up front than having to risk, like, getting more than pot-sized bet in on the end to try and get paid. It's certainly easier to start shoveling a bit of money in up front.
Yeah, for sure.
Interesting, though. Certainly, we've seen a few kind of like seemingly cooler hands that have not gone to...
Not gone as you'd expect, anyway.
Rockin easily good enough his opening range, Jack 10. Lock Lamora. Well, hopefully he's actually going to get a genuine hand at some point for this nonsense and monkey business to pay off.
I call.
Lock gets called in 2 spots. He's got an over. Not the worst flop for Lock, really.
He's got an over and he's got the aggression here.
Well, and he's going to feel like he can barrel this and I guess give up. No, he decides.
Wow.
Well,
nice card for Scooter.
I guess, at what point is Rockin going to decide, well, Lock Lamora's checked.
Check.
The other geezer's checked.
It's now. 100% he's betting this now.
Oh,
I was like,
wow!
there's no-
I'm never going
I
to back
was-
against you on that one. 100% when you see a tiny little
Yeah,
chink
when,
of light.
Well, when they all check on the flop
Bet.
and then you get checked 2 on a turn.
Yeah, he goes for it. Well, now the question is, how is the nines going to get more
I'm
than
gonna call.
what's in the pot here?
I guess Rockin feels that Lock's checking back an ace a lot of the
Cool.
time there just because it's
Here
him in the pot
comes
with
the
him.
river.
Yeah, and you might as well.
And he's in
On
position,
such
so
a
he's gonna
dry
be
board.
last to act on every street. So on the turn, he's hoping to stick in a raise.
Let one of his two catch up.
I bet.
Okay. Well,
Now
it's
Locke's
a
gonna
really
call.
unfortunate.
It's so
river.
sick.
I mean, you
He's so good. He just
with
doesn't-
with having gone the way it is. I mean, you're fearing a kind of like a medium or bad ace.
I mean, they've bet half pot. It sort of kind of looks like they're trying to get thin value off a weaker hand than they do.
I mean, it could
I would-
be a 9, but what 9 calls a 3-bet pre-flop?
Cool.
Here it is.
Not many.
That one.
2 of them does.
Yeah.
So,
Double 9 does.
yeah, unfortunately, Locke checks the flop and then gets himself into a little trouble.
I don't
Check,
think the
checks
nine's.
the flop,
Okay,
bets
you
the
have-
turn, calls the river.
I don't think the nine's past the flop. To one bet.
No,
Okay,
no, I
you
agree.
have-
They probably not. But at that point, I think Locke loses no more money in the
Fold.
hand.
Fold.
Yeah.
Raise.
Plenty to think about in this session. Highlights from
I
2
fold.
hours every Tuesday night. Cash Game TV.
Fold.
Don't be afraid. As you can see, there's money to be made. Hey, hey! A homage to Ashley Haynes, who liked his poems. Another man who we must bid farewell with. They're dropping dead. Don't leave me. Don't leave me, Scott. Never thought I'd say that. Jesus.
I fold.
It's so sick. Anyway, onwards we go. I'll be on my own.
Bullets with the bullets.
Yeah, that's right.
Locke's thinking of something creative, perhaps. This would be pretty sick.
Oh dear. Locke, I don't
I
want you
might-
to be at the bottom of the
yeah,
leaderboard.
I was about
at
to
the
give him the
end.
award for the worst timing of the day if he found it there.
Yeah.
Cool.
All right, well, Rockin decides that
Here
he wants
comes
that
the
award
flop.
instead. Oh, well, he flops top
Okay.
pair and backdoor flush draw.
Yeah. He's going to like his hand. A
Well,
lot
he's
of
got
time
some
then.
equity, I guess, against pretty much everything. Question is stack sizes. Something everyone should be thinking about at the start of every hand, but looking at cash games in particular. If you're looking for the money to get in what kind of chunks are you going to be getting it in? He decides he's going to commit himself. Music to the ace's ears.
Yeah, you'd imagine that he's pretty happy about this, hoping not to be up against
A set, like
or
everything else.
just a big combo draw or something.
Yeah, exactly. I mean,
Could have like
well,
six of diamonds or something.
there's a bunch of flush draws who think they have overs who you're in pretty good shape
Yeah.
against.
And
All in.
here's the turn
And
card.
we get it
There you
in
go.
a queen or a 5.
This is the river.
No good.
And there we go. Rockin dusts off some. Don't forget we're playing 25 cent, 50 cent. And
New hand.
so it's $125. That's 250 big blinds. The only
Okay,
place on PKR you
new
can play
hand.
250 big blind poker is here. Cash Game TV.
Fold.
So, Rockin certainly gives action.
Fold.
Oh, yeah. I
And,
definitely agree with that statement.
Fold.
No, not many people have ever called him a donk or a fish or a
Raise.
No,
donator.
More a robot.
well, yeah,
I've heard
but
the
there aren't
terms of
many
ro-
robots that
Yeah.
play like
yeah,
that.
I don't think a bot does that.
No, not many.
yeah.
No bot that I want to be.
Maybe
in
the
charge
bot
of
that
anyway.
Bane programs.
Yeah. Bane bot.
Yeah, the Bane bot.
Yeah, definitely. Not one to be left overnight whilst you're asleep. As long as it doesn't have your card details.
Yeah, oh god, you're under it then.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay,
Right, here we go. Bottom set for Bullets, who's on a rush.
And 2 over pairs.
Yeah, let's see
I
whether
check.
Plazy can get away. Well,
Oh,
he's
no,
super
he's-
short
yeah.
stacked.
It's a good spot for Bullets having position on Machiavelli here because Machiavelli's never folding this.
Yeah, and Machiavelli
I raise.
Oh,
might
it's
actually
beautiful
decide
for
to
Bullets,
re-raise.
yeah.
It is beautiful. Is it the point just to not muck around or just get it in?
Yeah, just a flat call.
Machiavelli's never get it.
I can't see him raise folding there.
No,
with that
I
stack.
can't see him
I
raise
mean,
folding.
he won't like it now. He will be a little bit annoyed at the situation, but I don't think he's ever folding.
I don't think you can
Nah.
fold
yeah.
here.
There's going to be a slight chance you're up against a big draw.
Yeah.
Here comes the river.
And the 2's clean up.
Yeah, it's unlucky for the 10s, but bullets is flying.
Yeah, absolutely.
And yeah, it must be nice. Both sides of the value coin. The overpair followed by flopping bottom set against the overpair.
You just got like 900 big blinds there now.
New hand.
That's all. It's 900 bigs.
That's right.
Can have so much
Okay,
fun with
new
900
hand.
bigs.
Yeah, you get well as long as
If
everyone else
has got 900. I got the effective stack is 900 bigs.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. All right, most people getting out of the way here. Limp
Fold.
unorthodox from to Mike with the 6-7.
I think he posted
Raise.
and just checked.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, Eager Beaver wanted to post.
All right. Locke decides this is his hand. The 8-9. When you get in a cash game, do you ever post immediately,
I'm gonna
or
call.
do you wait? Are
I
you
fold.
Depends.
kind of
Fold.
nitty?
I usually always wait if I'm going to be playing, but if
Here
I'm like
comes
literally
the
got 20
flop.
minutes to kill, I might just jump on one table and post
Check.
and get
Right.
involved. But if I'm going to sit there and play a proper game, I'll wait.
Okay.
I'll be sensible.
Bet.
It's always funny to see
Fold.
that I always isolate the people that post, and like Locke's doing the same thing as well.
Here's
Yeah,
the
right.
turn.
Vedo.
It's annoying how often they always have aces when they post.
Well, this is shaping up to be a strange old hand. I mean, he's developed a flush draw now, has Tomaik, to go with his open ender and his third pair.
Yep.
And here's
Lock
the
checks blank river.
Punto.
It's a little blocker bet of sorts,
Hmm.
isn't it? But
I d-
more often than not, it's likely to get raised, I would
Cool.
think. But it
Ecco
gets
guarda.
called.
Locke's going to show the winner.
Not convinced. And well, the negatives to posting from the 2 seat,
new hand.
flopping second pair and
Yeah.
and getting to showdown.
Yep.
New hand.
PKR
You'll
very
fold.
sharp nowadays, playing in the paradise
I raise.
environment. Doesn't half make me feel like I wish I
Fold.
wasn't in a basement in
Fold.
London. I suppose it's spring. It's not bad.
Got me for company.
I call.
Well, yeah, true that, and you can keep me warm in these chilly times, but bring me Vegas, bring me sunshine. That's all I'm thinking.
I call.
You're already looking forward to the flight back,
Oh,
loser.
Let's see the flop.
Check.
Massive flop for Locke here.
Bet.
yeah, that's right. We can see he's flipping against 2,
Raise.
which is a nice spot to be in.
I like a race here when he's got
Fold.
this much equity.
Yeah, he's going to be happy to be getting it
Yeah,
in here.
yeah, for
Oh,
sure.
unless you're like
Especially in a catch game. Cash game? Cash
super
game.
Here's the
deep,
Cool.
turn.
but I don't think he is. Let's see. He might have 100 or so behind. Well, that's given Locke an even greater opportunity now. Do
Yeah,
you
it's a
think?
good card to bluff at. But I mean, there's not too many hands that are raising the flop, check raising the flop with an ace in it.
Check.
But I'd definitely be betting if I was Locke.
Oh wow, he's deeper than I thought.
Yeah.
Bet.
Well, this is a much trickier situation. He's going to hate life. I mean, I don't see the jacks being able to pull the trigger here with a raise and
No.
kind of turning
No.
their hand into a bluff. They might not even feel they need to.
They
Really horrible spot though.
Yeah, they might even get away from it.
I think it's possible. And you can't blame them. As you said earlier on,
Yeah,
what
yeah.
are you going to be doing on the river?
I mean, it's kind of funny because I believe if they call there and it's a brick river, Locke's probably checking back his 7, even though
Okay, new hand.
the jacks are thinking they're going to face another river bet.
Do you think?
I think on a brick, yeah.
Fold.
Oh,
I
the
mean, it's-
jacks was Jack's
I
3-bet
raise.
pre-flop and
Fold.
picked up 2 callers. And
I just don't think Locke's going to be representing
I'm
the
gonna
ace
call.
there too much, and he thinks that a pair's going to be calling him. And plus his 7 could be good. It's
Fold.
not like he's showing down air.
right.
He's showing down a
Fold.
pair.
Fold.
And in a way, if you look
Vedo.
at how the jacks played it, they
Here's the
called the
flop.
flop and then check. Well,
Check.
if they had called the turn,
Yeah.
check called an ace, so they're obviously not afraid. So they've either got a really big draw, or a draw that's turned into an ace,
Yeah.
or they've got
I
a pair
bet.
in between
Yeah,
tens and aces.
exactly.
Yeah, tricky one.
I mean,
But nice, that just shows you the
all
power of
in.
having enough equity to give you confidence to keep
keep- yeah.
barreling with position.
for sure.
Fold.
Let's have the turn card.
Flush draws for both,
This is the
bringing
river.
to the end this Cash Game TV session. It's a win for Tomaik.
All right, well, a little bit of bookkeeping first. Down at the bottom of the leaderboard after the highlights from, well, that 2-hour session, $130 down Rockin, Astra 155, and Dana O with a wooden spoon 157 down. At the top, Locke Lamora, a forum moderator, $122 plus, and 546 big blinds to the good was bullets. No surprise, if you're going to get aces and then you're going to flop a set against an overpair, you're going to do well in poker.
Yeah, I mean, those are the spots we dream of. Getting it in pre-races, flopping a set against aces. It's just easy money, but it's coolers at the end of the day.
What we usually see on Cash Game TV are some people splashing it around, and especially some people playing styles which we're maybe not used to. The kind of hyper-aggressive style is hard to make work. What do you need?
Patience, I'd say. I mean, playing a 4-ring table usually is going to be pretty nitty, far different to the TV table. I mean, players that are used to the ring games should be able to just sit there and pick their spots.
Okay, and if you want to be the lunatic at the table, what do you need to do that?
Keep clicking the raise button.
And balls?
Yeah, that helps.
Well, you need a bigger bankroll for a start, right?
Yeah, the variance is going to be huge, so you should only be doing this if you can afford to.
All right, well, take your pick, whatever style suits you. From me and Scott, see you next time.